Okay, good morning everyone. This might just have to be kind of a lightning fast review. This is take 3, and boy, my camera's just been giving me heck this morning. So, I am wanting to review the Ertl Authentics number 7. For those that don't know, the Authentics, this is 1/64 scale, and the Authentics is basically Ertl's high detail line of 1/64 scale toys. So these toys have features that your normal 1/64 scale toy won't have. This is usually considered more of a collectible. These are also more expensive. I got this one for $15, but if I remember correctly, I believe MSRP on these was in the realm of $20 to $25. If you look back in my videos, I have already reviewed an Ertl Authentics. I reviewed the first Ertl Authentics, number 1, which was the John Deere 8530. Ertl has done these for both John Deere and Case IH. They have not done any for New Holland, and they have not done any for AGCO. I seriously doubt they will either. Basically, and it kind of covers everything. It's not just tractors. The two I have reviewed now are tractors, but they've done more than tractors. They did a John Deere self-propelled sprayer, which honestly to me that's kind of an odd thing to do a high detail version of, but hey, I guess if that's what people wanted. And then they've done a couple combines. They did a Case IH combine, and they did a John Deere S-Series combine. The John Deere S-Series combine I would like to get. I don't have any of the Authentics combines. The Case IH, I'm generally not a Case IH person, so you know, I have a normal toy Case IH combine. I'm not going to go out of my way to get an Authentics version. So the John Deere 8530 really set the bar for the Authentics, and unfortunately I think it set it a little high, because the John Deere 8530 is a very nicely detailed toy. And other than that, you know, I think other than the combines and the sprayer Ertl has done, their Authentics tractors have really been kind of lacking in detail. They've done a couple of John Deere 4000 series tractors. They've done a couple of other Case IH tractors, like some sort of quad track thing, and I think a similar Magnum to this, but two-wheel drive, something like that. And they've really been lacking in the detail, and unfortunately this kind of portrays that. So starting out, you can see that it has a seam from the casting on the bottom part of this grill. So this has an opening hood. It's a metal opening hood that is actually very loose and does not stay up on its own. And the grill is very lacking in detail. There's virtually no texture. There really isn't, other than this little groove up here. It's just black paint just kind of put on there, and yeah, you've got the seam right there that takes away from it. The suitcase weights look nice. Those at least look nice. There's no light detail here. You actually can't even tell what's the silver stripe on the side and what's supposed to be the headlights, so that's very disappointing. You do have some light detail up here, which again is just silver for your work lights. But that's not bad. You've got that detail. No mirror detail, and some of these tractors did have mirrors on the cabs, so no mirrors. You do have cab glass, but overall it really looks pretty plain, and it's really kind of disappointing. You can see where the silver on the bottom of the stripe did not cover all the way down to the bottom of the hood. So you can see a lot of red along the bottom of the hood. You can see it there as I lift the hood. The hood is it's sloppy when I raise it. It has a lot of play in it. You can see how it bounces back and forth like that. The engine detail is really not that great. One other big beef I have with this tractor is when you look at it from this perspective, you can see how crooked the hood is. That is really pretty bad. You can try to straighten it up, but you'll never get it 100%. I mean, that looks really sloppy for a high detail toy. I cannot get the hood to set down on there straight. So to me, that's a problem. You have a front windshield wiper, so you do have that. Moving to the side, the wheel detail is decent. I actually like that. I don't have any problem with that, so that's pretty good looking detail. This rear wheel is very lacking in detail, and actually you can see the black paint has come off of the hub, and that's actually just the rivet. So again, Ertl's struggling with the rivets here. They don't know to conceal the rivets. I wish they would. I keep saying rivet because I'm like, come on, Ertl. You gotta hide the rivets. Like, how simple is this? Speccast has been doing this for years, and Ertl can't even figure it out, it seems like. It really gets me. But you can see where the black paint has flaked off of that rivet head and off of the, the hub, so to speak. And you can see this is actually pieces of the black paint stuck on the rim. It came out of the package like that. The rim has no lug detail. There's really no detail whatsoever on that rim. This rim has some nice detail, but this one doesn't. Another thing, it has this plastic door, which you can see this door is plastic. Well, I just said it's plastic. Because it's plastic and this is metal adjacent to it, you have two different tones of red paint going on here. And the paint is not even on this section of the door, so you can see visible white plastic. So that looks really crappy. I'm really disappointed with that. Another thing, cab detail. This is supposed to be an Authentics. Where's the cab detail? I hope that shows up clear. If it doesn't, though, let me tell you, there is no cab detail. The seat looks bad. The console, the dashboard looks bad. There's no detail here. There's no detail on the seat. And when we turn it to the other side, you may be able to see it from here. There's no detail for levers or transmission controls. I'm trying to get it to focus to where you can see it. There is no detail there. No side console whatsoever. No operator's console. There's a steering wheel, and that's about all that's in the cab. Other than that, the detail in the cab is extremely disappointing. That is not high detail at all. You can see there's light detail painted on the back. There is no hydraulic remote detail, which I feel is disappointing. There is a 3-point, however, and you can see this thing has dual rear wheels. Look at the 3-point. I have never seen a 3-point that looked like that. I've never seen draft links that are that far off before. That's very disappointing to me. The 3-point is nice in concept, and you can see it has a little top link here too. And this top link, I can't get my finger in there, but the top link does fold down. So the top link's not too bad. But the draft links are terrible. They are so out of line, it's unreal. I can't get them into line, that's just how they are. It looks terrible. You have another seam that runs all the way down there. You can see that casting seam there. The hammer strap hitch is a nice little detail, so we at least got that right. Other than that, there's really no detail back here. This is very plain on the back end, other than the 3-point. This side's not bad. There's not a whole lot to look at here. You can see just how plain the cab is. Very disappointing. I mean, there is no detail in here. There's literally no detail in this cab. I don't even know what's going on behind the steering wheel there. Between the steering wheel and the dashboard. What is that? I don't even know. I don't even know. That is just bad. I mean, the paint on this side looks okay. You can see they still had some issues getting full coverage underneath the Case IH there. You can see they had some paint issues there. But other than that, I mean, it's not bad. Paint quality's okay. It's not great. If I get it to reflect in the light, the paint on this side's okay. But if you look at the other side, there's also no rear windshield wiper, but my guess is, being this is an older tractor, they probably didn't have them back then. The paint on the hood there is kind of sketchy. You can see how, as I reflect the light on it, the paint that's not a very good paint job. And overall, it just looks bad. I mean, with the plastic, with the unpainted plastic on the door there, with the way that the that the stripe going down the side doesn't cover all the way to the bottom of the hood. You have obvious red showing up on the bottom of the hood there. This is just very lackluster. There's not a whole lot of detail in this area. I mean, there's a little bit. Yeah, there's steps. The front wheels do turn. They don't turn much. It's pretty stiff, really. But if I flip it, you can see it has the linkage to turn there. So you can see that it has that. Here, and let me get to focus, and now you can. There. That's actually in focus, so you can see that a little bit better. So that's what your bottom looks like. So, not too bad. Not too bad there. Overall, I'm going to wrap this one up. I just wanted to cover this because I bought this toy kind of, well, so that I could review it and just to kind of have it on the collection. Have a Case IH version of an Ertl Authentics. I like these tractors in real life. These are some of the better looking tractors that Case IH made. They're good looking tractors. They remind me a lot of the John Deere 7000 series. They just have that nice, bold tractor look, kind of that typical 90s look that we saw in tractors. But Ertl really, I feel like they really half-butted this, to put it in a all age appropriate term. I feel like they really half-butted this. Like I feel like they just said, hey, you know, let's throw on a couple of little details that don't cost us hardly anything and don't take any time, and we'll call it an Authentics, we'll call it a collectible, and sell it for $25. You know, I got it for $15. You can find them for $15 very easily right now, and you know, if you're a Case IH fan, I'm not particularly, but if you're a Case IH fan, $15 is probably worth it. But if you had to pay $25 or $30 for this, oh, I'd be angry. I would be angry because it is not worth that. I have been unimpressed with Ertl's Authentics toys beyond the John Deere 8530 so far. I need to get the S-Series Combine. I have a feeling that that's pretty nice. That's probably a good one. But outside of that, I've really been kind of disappointed with these Authentics toys. The John Deere 4000 series that they've made a couple of different versions of have been very lackluster to me. I haven't been impressed with those. And this is kind of the same thing. You could get a $7 toy version of this, and it would be about this good. It would be about the same level of quality. So I find that very disappointing. If you're a Case IH person, you can find it for $15. Probably worth it. But if not, I don't really think this is worth your money, especially if money is an issue for you. I wouldn't spend your money on this. I was surprisingly disappointed when I pulled it out of the box. So it still looks good on the shelf. I mean, it's not absolutely terrible, but it's just not what I think of when I think of a high detail collectible. So anyway, hate to have a negative review, but sometimes it's necessary. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching.